Bert, Gay, Shari and David, to all of you, I'm very sorry that I didn't get to go to y'all's reception at this time, but it seemed like everything was against me. My leg was down, my hip, and everything. And so the nurses, the therapist, the doctor, and Dorothy talked me out of it. I decided to not to go. We got David to stay with me, but I sure wanted to. I had already talked to Betty prior to that, would she take me, and she said she would. So I was ready to go, but they afraid that maybe something would happen, that I would hurt my hip or something, and I was going back to their doctor in the next few days, and they didn't want anything to backset me. So that's why I wasn't there, but I really did want to. And I want to congratulate you two for getting married there. I think you're both a great couple. and you're going to do well in life. And I know my prayers with y'all and everything, and so I wish you well throughout your lifetime. Happiness and everything that goes with it, health, everything that goes with it. So just live a righteous life. And I'm sure everything gonna come out all right. It's about all over.
We're at Turkey Creek, and it's Saturday, the 9th. Yep.
And what year and what's your name?
My name 1978. I mean, 70. Do it over. 1987.
Where are you?
My name is Dummy. Her name is Stupid.
Where are you?
I told you we're at That car. Stop. Elaine Bridges. This is Jonathan Charles Nickern. What? What was your name? They know my name. Okay, you can say your name. My name's Lenore Christopher. You want me to say something? We're married at the Catholic Church. Tell her your name. Yeah.
What's your last name? This is the home of Bert and Dorothy Clark in Baker, Louisiana, taken on the 9th of May, 1987. These are pecan trees that are growing in their front yard. These are azalea bushes. This is looking across Bentley Drive to the house across the street. This is an oak tree that was planted as a sapling by Betty Sue Clark Severson approximately 30 years ago. Tell me your names.
Huh?
What's your names?
Dana, Candace, Amber. We're by Apple.
Okay, I'm Bert Clark, and I live in Baker, Louisiana. I was born in May the 8th, 1915 in Turkey Creek, Louisiana, about 100 miles from here. That's where I was raised up at. My daddy was Hardy Clark, and my mother was Ida Ware Clark from Turkey Creek. And my grandmother was Margaret Ware from Mississippi, and my grandpa there was Hypolite Clark from Louisiana, and they was raised up around Lake Cole, Louisiana. It's about 7 miles from Turkey Creek. My first days was spent in Turkey Creek. That's where I grew up at, in Turkey Creek, over there, and I consider one of my best years of my life. I really enjoyed it. We lived in a wood frame house about a half a mile off of the highway at that time. There wasn't no highway through there. There wasn't no railroads through there at that time when I was born. But anyway, um, we had a pretty nice home back there. It was I don't know how many rooms it had in it, but it had a big hallway. I remember that well. Hallway that went all the way through and had rooms on each side. And and I remember that well, and that's where I was born at and growed up in there. But it was a good life in that rural era. Lots of woods and lots of game in those woods, and I enjoyed the farm life. I enjoyed the farm animals. I really loved chickens and hogs, horses and cows, and my little dog I called Sally. She was about a half collie, I guess, a support collie and port something or other, but she was a fine little dog. Right with me everywhere I went to, and he turned out to be a good squirrel dog. Tree squirrels all day long. But we had fun on the farm. There wasn't too many neighbors around, but we had fun with just around the old farm place. And I went to school in Turkey Creek, which was about a mile and a half away. We had to walk. It wasn't no school buses back there then. Had to walk. It was a nice brick school, and it was just a grammar school for elementary school, we called it. And then go to the high school then. Although it did, at one time in Turkey Creek we had a high school. It taught up to the 9th grade, but as the population kind of dwindled, they cut it down to elementary. But we'd walk to school and cut across through the woods and go through trails back there and cut off a ways to get there. But we'd always made it, always wasn't late, and always made it every day. So, but I could only go to the 7th grade there. So when I finished grade school, the 7th grade, I had to go to Pine Prairie High School, which was about 7 miles further on down the road, and we had a bus, school bus, that picked us up. We rode the school bus, Pine Prairie High School, and I really loved high school. About the 9th grade, I got into all the activities in high school. I found myself on the basketball team, first line basketball team. Found myself on the boxing team. Found myself on the track team. And I was good in all three of them. And one year I broke the half a mile running. I thought that was something. But I thoroughly enjoyed high school. But anyway, growing up in the country there was the best life. For me, I enjoyed it. I could go hunting anytime I wanted to, walk out of the house and take a gun with me and go hunting and kill squirrels and game. And it wasn't too far away. Didn't have to depend on the car and all. So it was just the best life for me growing up. Didn't have no problems, no troubles. And one time, Turkey Creek was a pretty little prosperous place over there. Had lots of logging, lots of sawmills and things going on, and they had a big sawmill up above Turkey Creek there they call Meridian, Louisiana. And the big sawmill must have had 1,000 people or more, mostly black, come in there to work in that sawmill until it burned out. But it was really booming around Turkey Creek there at one time. Papa had a sawmill. We sawmill, log, I'd help him in the summertime and when I could. My main duty on that sawmill was setting blocks. Nobody, I haven't heard of that now, but you got to set blocks on a small sawmill to get the width of your lumber, 2x4s and all, whatever you're cutting. You got to set blocks to the gauge it into the saw. Well, that was my duty to help out on the sawmill there. Well, all of us did that. And one time we had a little store back there when the Meridian sawmill was up there. We had a store, Papa put a store onto the home over there. And Floyd and Gilbert, they used to take them mule wagon, that's all we had, take them mules and take them groceries up to Meridian and deliver them to them niggers up there. They would all come over there and buy groceries and couldn't carry them all back. And so they would take them, deliver them in them mule wagon, and also sell some too. So that was a lot of fun. But we had a good time in the country there. Made our own fun out of what we were going to do. We had fun out of it. Whatever we were going to do, we'd make fun out of it. Had a good time. Me and Maud, I guess, was closer. She was next to me. Floyd and Gilbert was a little older, so I didn't get to play with them too much. But me and Maud was real buddies. We played all the time together. Had a lot of fun, good together. What you like to know?
Look at me when you're talking.
What would you like to know?
Well, tell me about who your other brothers and sisters are. Look at me though when you're talking.
My oldest brother was Gilbert Clark. And next to him was Charles Floyd Clark. And next to him was Maud Clark. And I was next, Bert Clark. And then under me, I had three brothers during World War I that died. I didn't get to know, well, one of them I knew a little bit because he was about 2 years old when he died.